Alright, so I'm going to be doing this Amazon item review. This is the Bighorn infrared gas grill. Right, this thing, box included, was 38.9 pounds, so pretty heavy. Let's go ahead and cut this open. This does use propane. So yeah, alright, let me set up the camera so we can see from the top down here, because this thing is pretty big. Alright. Maybe from there is good, hopefully. Okay, we'll see. I'm gonna have to move the box over. It does have some model information here. Model SRGG21708. Let me see if I can show this. It doesn't say anything about which side up, so hopefully I'm not destroying it. Or maybe, oh, it does say here. Hopefully I'm not messing it up. There you go. SKU LGG090010. Infrared gas grill. 33 pounds, 37 pounds total, I guess. Carton. And yeah. Alright, anyways, let's cut this open because you guys don't need that information. Okay, let's get this in the middle. And we'll just slip this. Oops. Okay. Cutting center enough. Come on. I need a better cutter for this kind of thing. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna cut down the sides here. Take this. I mean, this thing is technically for cutting paper, not for tape, but it does seem to work. Okay, here we go. So, I already see some broken styrofoam in there. They got this. If you know my channel, I go through all the instruction booklets and stuff. So if you don't want to see that, you can skip on over, alright? If you don't want to see that, there's all this safety stuff, warnings, and whatever. Let me read over this, and then I'll come back. What is going on? I'm going to just quickly show this, so if you lost your manual and you want, you can pause and read it. Right? And then I'm just going to quickly set it all up and show that. So this is in case you need this information. Okay, again, you can pause, and if you need it, if you don't need it, you can fast forward. Right? And you do need propane for this. When I bought this originally, I didn't know. I didn't realize it needed propane. It's not like super clear evident in just the name of it, but it does say gas grill, so. Okay, but I feel like they should put a picture of it with a propane tank next to it so you can easily see that you need propane. You can see it comes with all these parts. And we do need to assemble it. Alright, here are assembly instructions. I'm assuming you can do everything in reverse to disassemble. Again, don't worry, I'm going to read all of this and then I'll let you know what the important parts are. Reading instructions. And this is an outdoor grill. You can't use this indoor, so keep that in mind. If you use it indoors, you are going to suffocate and possibly poison yourself because it is burning propane gas, not natural gas or butane. So, and also it's burning a lot of it, so it's burning up all the oxygen in the air, so you're not going to have any oxygen to breathe, so keep that in mind. Right? You want to use this outdoors in a well-ventilated area. Alright, so I'm going to read over all of this, and then I'll be back, and any of the important stuff I'll let you know. Alright, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, so here are the instructions for how to light it. Very important. You might want to pause here and read it, but basically, okay, make sure the control knob is off, and then you want to open the gas, the propane tank fully. After that, press down the control knob and turn it counterclockwise to the ignite or high position. If the burner is lit, keep pressing down the knob. You should hear, I believe you'll hear it sparking. You want to hold it down for 15 seconds before letting go. Alright, if you don't hold it down long enough, it's not going to light, so make sure you keep holding it for 15 seconds. Alright, if it doesn't light within 5 seconds, you actually want to turn the controller off and then wait 5 minutes and then repeat the steps. And this requires a AAA battery, so you do need a battery in there to light it with the spark. Alright, so when it's burnt, when the burner is lit, you can press down the control knob again, and then you can change the temperature, alright, between low and the high. Okay, then if you're going to manually light it, so if you don't want to use a battery and try and spark it to light it, you can use a match. So it actually has like a little match lighter thing, it says. Where you can see, make sure the control knob is in the off position. Turn the propane tank cylinder valve all the way open. Okay, remove the grill handle and cooking grid, so you need to take the stuff out of there so that way you can reach inside, and you'll put a match into the match lighter, strike the match and allow the flame to be placed directly below the burner. Push and turn the control knob counterclockwise to the ignite or high position, and then if the burner is lit, keep pressing down again for 15 seconds before releasing it. If the ignition does not occur in 5 seconds, then turn it off, wait 5 minutes, and repeat again. Alright, so when the burner is lit, again, you can do the same thing to push down the knob, and then you can change it from low to high. Alright, and then after that, put the cooking grid back into the body, and yeah, and here's how you turn it off. So you push and turn the control knob counterclockwise to the off position. Alright, and then you want to turn off the propane tank gas valve, close it all the way. Alright, when you're not using it. And then if the burner flame is accidentally extinguished, like you accidentally turned it off, it tells you to turn off the propane tank completely, and then turn off the control knob on the grill, turn it to the off position, and then inspect the hose, make sure everything looks good, wait 5 minutes, and then after waiting 5 minutes you can restart the thing. Alright, so let's go ahead and reassemble the grill now. Or not reassemble, but assemble it for the first time. Alright, let's set this back on the tripod. Alright, let's pull this thing out of here, if that's even going to be possible. Let's see, there's this cardboard piece here that I guess it's just a corner guard. Alright, we'll take that out. Oh, that's a heavy piece of cardboard. There's some other pieces over here in these corners. How are we going to get this out? Okay, let's try and first lift the... Well, I guess the styrofoam's broken. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but because it's broken, this came out. I think we're supposed to actually turn the whole box upside down to get this out. So, let's see. What I'm going to do, we're going to roll this over. Okay, like this. Then, we're going to flip it again, like that. It probably would have been better if I cut from the bottom, but too late now. Well, it's never too late. I could technically cut it open and do it anyways, but I'm going to lift up from here. Hopefully nothing falls out and breaks. Okay, so there we go. And the other cardboard is basically the same, but upside down. Okay, so it's the other way. So this cardboard was this way. And this cardboard was this way. If for some reason you need to repack it, then maybe this will help you. Okay, so that one was that way, and this one was upside down that way. Okay, and also keep in mind I did flip this upside down. So here is the knob. Okay, let me see. Can I adjust this so it's not so high so I can see what I'm doing? Okay, here we go. Got this cardboard here, so we'll put that in there. Then we got this metal plate. This is the table, kind of the table guard. It says if you don't put this on, it can melt your table or damage your table, so be careful. Make sure that you install this. If you're grilling it on like a brick or something that can handle the heat, then you'll probably be fine. But here you can see it has these two spots for the screws. We're going to have to put that in. Okay, I'm gonna take the knob out of this Ziploc baggie. Okay, there's the knob, plastic. All right, this is to get the tray, the grill tray in and out. All right, I don't know if I can cleanly get this out. I'm gonna try and like twist it and undo this. So let me untie this and I'll be back. All right, so had to use like a little key to get in and pull this out, but there we go. This is the thing to get the tray in and out. This kind of actually looks like a bottle opener as well, so I'm assuming you can open bottles with this, but it didn't say that in the instructions. I don't know, it's not. I'm assuming you can open a bottle with that. Okay, then we got this. This is the match striker thing. Is this held in with tape? Okay, I'm gonna have to use something to get this out. So, yeah, I don't know how they tied this on here. So, oh, I guess I can. Is it peeling off? I don't know. Give me a second, I'll be back. Alright, and that's what this thing looks like. Okay, so I guess this lets you hold the match or something, and then you can stick it in the machine. I guess that's what this is for, and this has a chain that just kind of holds it onto the machine so you don't lose it. Alright, what else? More cardboard here. This is, I think they said it's a heat shield. I don't think this really attaches anywhere. There's nothing to attach it. I think it just goes in front of the machine to keep heat away. Let me double check. Okay, so the heat shield actually goes into the grease tray, and I guess that's also to keep heat from going down into the floor and burning your table. Alright, so let me go ahead and continue removing parts. Alright, so on the bottom it has this piece here, so we'll take that off. Guess we can take these out. So these are the grill trays, and there's actually 2 of them. Alright. It didn't say anything about washing them, but I'm assuming you want to wash these before using them, just to be safe, because you don't know what kind of chemicals are on this. If they put like some machining grease or something, I don't know. Alright, so there are 2 of these. Alright, so get that out. There we go. Then we have these. These are the rails that go on the side, and these are to adjust the levels of the grills. Okay, so we'll take these out of the bags. Why is it stuck? Okay. Didn't say anything about washing any of this, but I think I'm gonna wash it with some warm water and soap. Oh, they wrap the thing around like that. That's why it's stuck. Okay. And I think it's the same no matter which way you flip it. Did this get bent here a little bit? Or is that just the way they cut it, I guess? Okay. Then you have the valve and the hose stuff here. This actually is attached to the device, so you can't take it out. Does this sleeve come off, or I think we have to undo this tape here. So, What's that? The styrofoam like melted onto the pipe somehow. Oops, sorry. I almost knocked you guys over. Alright, so here is the hose here. And it doesn't come out, so I guess we have to untape this. Oh, I guess that's just going to tear the cardboard up. So I don't know, in terms of returning this, it's going to be all messed up, but there we go. Okay, we got this. It's held in with a zip tie here. So I'm going to get the zip tie off, and I'll be back. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so I got the zip tie off. And this is the gas regulator valve. How's it? Oh. Okay, so much styrofoam there. There's this paper on here. I'm assuming you're not supposed to rip this piece off. What does it say? Caution. Notice, perform a leak test with soapy solution. Check gas connections. After connecting a new cylinder, upon reassembly after disassembly, please refer to section leak test. Right? Yeah, so there's a thing about how to check for leaks so that it doesn't explode. Obviously, you don't want it to leak. All right, let's see if I can somehow get this. Right, so we're going to remove this, and what's this warning? Failure to follow these instructions may result in an explosion. So, yeah, they tell you you have to use in an open area. It does say to use at least 3 feet away from buildings, and then something about 25 feet. Let me double check here. So that you don't blow up your house. Where'd it go? Here. Wait, no. No. Where is it? I know there was a warning about... Give me a second, I'll be back. I know there was a thing in here. Here you go. So, 3 feet away from buildings, any structure, combustible material, or other gas cylinder, and then it says never to operate this within 25 feet of any flammable liquid. So basically, I think if you're storing gasoline nearby or something. All right, anyways, I'll be back. All right, so I'm back. I don't know what this metal thing is for. I mean, you can take it off. I don't believe I've ever seen this on a propane. Maybe it hooks on the neck of the propane tank to kind of keep it more together. So you want to try and keep the propane tank as far away from this as possible. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and now get this thing out. I think I need to flip it over. So how am I going to do this? Let's see. I think we need to take this whole thing out. And we're going to rotate this. Okay, yeah. Since the styrofoam is broken, we'll put it sideways here. And then, oh, they taped it on? Interesting. There's a bag and it's taped on there. Is it taped on to both sides? Or that's just holding whatever's in front here. So let's go ahead and peel this off and get out whatever's up there. Okay, I guess we're going to end up carrying the bag because they taped it on there and the tape doesn't want to come off the bag. So, well, alright, so this is the drip tray and stuff. Alright, we can remove this styrofoam, I think. Oh, there's more broken pieces of styrofoam there? Or how was that on there? I think that was just in there like this. Oops, sorry. That was just in there like that. So that came out on its own. This one, same thing. Alright, so it sits where that goes in, just like that. Alright. There we go. And now we should be able to lift this thing out. Actually, this tray is probably taped onto it. So, how are we going to get that out? I'm going to get this bag over this way. And we should be able to lift this thing out. Okay, there's some of that foamy, whatever stuff on top. Okay, I'm going to hold this down with my foot. And there we go. Here you can see there's this white layer on top to protect it. Keep it from getting scratched up. So we'll take that off. Alright, here's the knob section. And we're going to lift this out. I'm going to set this aside. Okay. I think it's pretty beefy, pretty heavy. Alright, so we got this out. Now we just need to get the tray out. Stuck to all of this. There's anything to this bag. There's cardboard on top. Pull that tape off. Oh, the cardboard is the ceramic pizza plate or something. Or the pizza stone. I don't know if it's ceramic or not, but... Alright, so we gotta get this out. Give me a second, there's no room here now. I guess most people would just use a scissors or something, a knife to cut this. I'm gonna push the pizza stone out of this cardboard thing. Let's see if I can. Okay, so here you can see the pizza stone. Jeez, it's hard to push this through. They wrapped it around pretty tight. Alright, so here we go. We have this kind of like a tile. Very gritty feeling. Okay, I'll set this aside. And then we just have this metal tray. I think that's all that's left to take out. Can I take it out without undoing all the tape on this cardboard thing? Probably not. Okay, there's a peel tab. That makes it easier. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we got that. There's the drip tray. Alright, so we got all this stuff out. Let's assemble this thing. So we're going to set that aside. Move that over. Okay, so assembly. Let's see what we got. You can see, okay, on the top it says hot here. Let's see, I'm probably going to have to lower this down for you guys. Oh, you don't need to see my legs and feet and stuff, but there we go. Alright, so we got in here. Okay, so first things first, we got these side panel things, and I don't know if there's a specific way you got to put it. You see this little wavy piece in here, so you can set that further in or further out. Let me see if there's anything in the instruction books about it. Alright, it doesn't say specifically, but in the pictures it looks like the wavy part is closer to the outside, so we're gonna do it that way. Alright, so there are these little things that it sits on, so just get this in there, get it in, line it up. It's a little difficult to do this with the camera in my way, but get that, line it up and drop it down. Looks good. Alright, again, same thing, you want the wavy thing closer to you, so get that in. Okay, make sure it lines up on all four of those screws, and then drop it in. So, okay, let me see if I can show you this. It doesn't say about anything about like tightening these screws here, so I don't know, that seems a little scary that you can kind of lift it and move it around, but the trays will keep it pushed out, so it shouldn't be an issue. Let me grab it again, take it back out, and yeah, these things don't tighten at all. So these holes are so you can kind of grab in there, and then you can use that to kind of maneuver it to get it lined up on all four screws. Okay, make sure to get it lined up on all four, and then you just drop it down. There we go. Alright, so there's that. Wait a second, let me put this back on here. Okay, what's next here? We have the drip tray. The drip tray goes under here. Alright, you have the heat shield, which goes with the tent up, just like that. Alright, we got these trays, and normally you would use this thing to get them in, so obviously you just get that in there. Okay, and you would slide that in. Depending on the height you want, you can adjust it higher or lower, but there you go. You can get that in like that. Alright, and I'm pretty sure you want it to where, I don't know if you can see, but this part is kind of lower. Okay, if you put it this way, I think this is wrong. You actually want it to be kind of like a tray. Alright, so I'm gonna just put this in by hand. I'm gonna set this one at the bottom. Honestly, I don't think you really need two of them in there unless you're cooking multiple things at once, and then you're gonna have some stuff dripping in it. I'm only gonna be using one, so I'll leave one outside. Since this is going to be the cooking surface, I'll probably clean that up first. I've seen some people put like aluminum foil in here and then have it going out for easier cleanup, but again, this is to prevent heat from going down into the area here. Okay, and okay, so these don't screw in either, so there's no actual screws. I don't know why it said you need like a screwdriver. They made this thing look like these are screws that you need to tighten, but you don't. So this piece, it just drops into place. Okay, make sure you line up the little screw mount holes or whatever. They're not really, again, they're not really screws. Okay, and it drops into place. And it says that if you don't put this thing on, that you can burn your table. So yeah, be very careful with that. Okay, then we have this, and I think they said this one, it just attaches onto one of the sides. This is where it actually tells you to remove a screw, and that's so you can leave that attached on the side of the machine. Because to light it, if you need to get a match in, again, you would use a match and it needs to go all the way like back there. I think this is, yeah, I think that part is that little thing where my shadow's pointing is the pilot lighter. And I think that's what actually has the spark that goes on back there. I don't know if I can get it to focus. There you go. All right, actually, this looks like where it would spark, so I'm confused. I guess we'll find out. I guess if you did have a match, you would try and put it there or there and see where it would light. Okay, so let me see in the instructions where to attach the little match stick thing, and I'll be back. Okay, so it looks like we have to remove this one screw here. I'm using a PH2 screwdriver. Okay, oh, jeez. This screw is like in there super tight. How am I gonna remove this? I think I need a bigger screwdriver. Give me a second, I'll be back. Alright, so now I got a PH2 by 6. Let's see if we can undo this screw. Okay, there we go. I think it was just the initial thing they have where it was holding really strong. Okay, now we can undo that screw, and basically we take this ring and this screw goes in there. I don't know why they didn't just do that from factory. Kind of seems silly to me to make the the consumer do this when they could have just from factory just put that in there for you. I don't know, seems kind of silly. All right, anyways, we'll tighten this down, and I don't know if it needs to go. I guess it will just do that. Okay, I guess let me use the bigger screwdriver to make sure it's nice and tight. Oh, are you kidding? It doesn't. Oh my god. Okay, so that thing, it's just a ring with a split in it. So make sure when you do this, you see that? Make sure when you do this, I'm gonna make sure that this split open part is actually at the top, so that way if the screw comes out, then that way the screw will tighten in and hold that together instead of letting it split into 2 pieces. So we're gonna hold that there, and we're gonna tighten this down, and hopefully that split ring is staying on top. I can't tell. Okay, here we go. Keep that faced up. Come on. Okay. It's hard to tell. Stay up there. Okay. I think it's rotating itself. Anyways, there we go. Then we'll tighten this. Make sure it's nice and tight, and yep. All right. Again, I don't know why they didn't just do that from factory. Just leave it in there. Okay. It said not to remove this plate while you're cooking because a lot of heat will come out of this. All right, and you don't want that to damage the thing. Again, this thing heats to 1500 degrees Fahrenheit. Apparently, they also have some lighting instruction warnings here. It says to read all the instructions before lighting, and if it doesn't occur within 5 seconds, turn off the burner controls off, wait 5 minutes, and repeat. Alright, so this, I don't know why they were showing in the thing, like it was hooked in here like this, but you can see this chain is on the floor. So, I don't know. I think it's silly that they have this thing just over here. Okay, anyways, we got the knob that we need to put on. So you can see the knob has this like D shape. So make sure when you put it on that you line it up right. Okay. And get that in there. Come on, why isn't it going on? I guess we just gotta push it down hard. Yep, okay, push it down hard. Make sure it's on all the way. Here you can see it's in the off position, and then it goes to ignition here, and then if you go, interesting, wait, so it goes to ignite and light and then off. How do you go to low? There's no low option. Huh? Wait, oh, it goes all the way here. Okay, so all the way to the right is, all the way to the right is off. And then if you go to the ignite, it's here. and then I guess as you turn it further, oh, okay. So wait a minute. So after you ignite it, you can see you can rotate it to low without holding it down. Okay, so we'll test that out because it looks like you have to push it down to turn it into the off position. Okay. Okay, and then the battery, I don't think they showed here, but it should go in here. AAA battery, okay. And yeah, so let me go grab a battery real quick and we'll put that in there. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. Let me get the battery. All right, we'll see if it works with a rechargeable battery. I have one of these. If not, I'll have to go get an alkaline battery. So we'll put this in, line that up. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Interesting. So the spring goes around the battery, and then there's the spring inside there. So get that in. And let's see if we hear sparking when we do this. I don't hear... So how will it light? Interesting. I don't hear any sparking at all when I do this. Okay, so you do that. You turn to there. You keep holding it. And then you would do that, right? Does it say a specific way that we need to put the battery? 1.5 volt. Maybe this is too low. It's only 1.2 volts, so I might need to get non-rechargeable ones. But let's see. Let me try here. They do have some instructions on the back of the machine as well. Alright, there's a serial number there. Infrared gas grill. Gas pressure and gas type, propane. Alright, if you need that information, you can pause and read it. Alright, let's see if I can see anything going on inside of here. So we're going to turn this off first. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything happening there. I don't know if it shouldn't need propane to do that. So I'm going to leave it in the off position. Let me go get another battery and see. I'll be back. Alright, so I found out why it wasn't igniting. And the reason is the spring is actually where you want this side. So I accidentally put it in backwards. They actually have a little picture here. And I didn't notice that. And they have a little thing on the side here that I also didn't notice. Because it's at the bottom. They should put that on the top, but there you go. Alright, so that's why it wasn't working. They should have put that little label up here so you can see. But yeah. Okay. So let me actually see if the rechargeable battery works in there. Okay, get that in. And that works, but it sparks slower. I don't know if you can hear that. It's like tuk 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 tuk. Now if I put this battery in there, the Duracell one, let's see how this one sounds. Hear that? It's like tuk 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 tuk. Okay, let's try a Kirkland battery. Okay, let's try a Kirkland signature battery and see what we got. Same thing. Alright, so it sounds exactly the same. Anyways, let's see if we can see the sparking inside. Okay, so if you look in there, let me turn off the flash. Let me zoom in, and there's the spark. So that's where you would be lighting the match, I believe. Alright, so we're going to light this thing up, and yeah, let's connect the propane tank. Alright, so I have these two ribeyes that were in here. I believe they were in here, let's see, for about 4.5 hours or so. Basically, these, I actually had them that I prepped a long time ago. I froze them. Hopefully they're still good. I'm going to cut this open, I'm going to pat them dry, and then we're going to try grilling them. I'm going to compare it to my charcoal chimney grill that I use. And I'm going to use the infrared grill, so we'll see how they compare. Alright, so we got the charcoal chimney going over there, and we're going to now set up this. So let me get this on the tripod, and I'll see you guys. Alright, so here's the propane tank. We can get this take off this blue cap here. Alright, we're gonna get this on. Again, I don't know what this thing is for. Is that supposed to hook on there somehow? I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna get this on, and we'll just get this tightened into place. You always want to just hand tighten, don't use any tools for this. Okay, this is the, okay, don't over tighten it. Then we can open this, make sure there's no leaks. Okay, sounds good. I don't hear anything leaking. It's completely silent, so we should be good. Maybe tighten it a little bit more. Okay, now we're gonna move on over to the grill, and let's see. So we're gonna light this up. Again, I kind of already mentioned how to do it. Let's see if you can actually see. But basically, let's get this out of the way. I don't know how hot this will get, if this chain's gonna get damaged, so we'll set that down on the ground. Okay, and we're gonna now turn this to the ignite, hold it down, 15 seconds, 2, 3, 4. I can hear the fire going, and I actually see some smoke coming out. Let me see if I can film that. Ooh. You can see that? You see that burning in there? Okay, I'm pretty sure I held it long enough, but it's at least 15 seconds. So there we go. I'm gonna leave it on the high setting, and I'm gonna get the thing, because I left both trays in there, I'm gonna take one of them out. All right, let me go get that. I'll be back. All right, so that one's going. Let me actually take this thing out. I don't know how I'm gonna record this, but okay, we're gonna take one tray out here. Okay, and I don't know where I'll place that. Is it okay to place it on top? I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna damage it. Hopefully not. Okay, so you can see how hot that is. It's all red, and we have this one going. So I don't know how I'm gonna safely or fairly do this, because the things are not exactly the same. I'm gonna put this on, and I'm used to doing this one, so I'm gonna do this first, and we'll let that go for about 30 seconds, and then we'll rotate it, or we'll flip it over, then we'll wait 30 seconds, rotate it, do it another 30 seconds. So we'll wait for that. I might need to go get a steak knife while that's going, so let me do that. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Usually I don't do ribeyes on this because the burning, there's a lot of fat, and that makes it have like some bitter taste, but let's see, we'll try it. Alright, these two are the same. One has a slightly bigger bone in it though. Okay. So while I'm cooking the other one, I guess this one will be resting. I don't know how long to let steaks rest. Usually I just eat it, I don't care. And they taste really good anyways. So we'll let this go another 30 seconds, or a few more seconds, and then rotate it. Okay, we'll pick this back up. We'll rotate it here. You can see the grill marks. Okay. You can see in real time, I'm only letting it go 30 seconds, then rotating it. Okay, 10 more seconds. Alright, we'll flip that. Whoa, look at that fire. Okay, we'll let this go another 30 seconds. Look at those nice grill marks. Again, this has a lot of fat on it, so it might turn a little bit bitter. I like doing New York strips this way because it has a lot less fat. Though I guess technically you can trim off all the fat. I just left it on there. We'll see how it goes, alright? Okay, after that goes, I'm going to take that out, set it on the plate. Okay, let's set this on the plate now. You saw 30 seconds on each side. Look at that. Oh, it got kind of burnt there. Alright, now I'm going to get this one in, but let me go get a steak knife. I'll be back. Alright, so let's get this one in this grill. And we're going to see. I don't know how long this one takes to cook, but we'll find out. Alright, so we got this. Let's grab this steak. It might be too high if I put it on that level. Let's see how far can I pull this out. I hope it's not going to fall out. Okay. Okay, we can pull the tray out pretty far without it falling. And we're going to put that on there. Okay, and we're gonna let this go in. Is it too high? I don't know. We'll let that go for 30 seconds. So I'm watching based on, oh shoot, how do I? I hope I timed it right. I don't know if I'm timing it right, but we'll see. Alright, you can see the fat dripping down there. You can see that cooking like that. Okay, I think that was about 30 seconds, so let's pull this out. Look at how charred that looks. Okay, we're gonna grab this out. Oh, it's stuck. Okay, now we're gonna flip it. You can see it made some, there's those grill marks on there. Put that in there. We'll give that 30 seconds. Hopefully, I don't know if I timed it right. It's getting a lot of fire up there. This looks like it's going to be a pain to clean up. Doesn't feel that hot down here. Okay, I think that's been about 30 seconds. Pull that out. Look at how seared that is. Alright, so now we're going to grab this and I'm going to rotate it and flip it. And I think it's already done though, so I don't think... Let's give it like another 15 seconds or so. Oh, it's getting a lot of fire. Okay, let's take this out. Ooh. Uh-oh, I'm leaving it too long. Take that out. And then let's do another 15 seconds. You can see how brown it is. Maybe I need to leave it longer, I don't know. Depends how close I want it to be to the other one. Alright, put that back in. And we'll let this go another 10 seconds or so. Look at that, the flames coming out of that thing. Alright, I think that's good. Let's turn this thing off. Turned it off completely. Let's pull this guy out. Grab this out. Look at that steak. Alright, so here we go. There's the one that was on the infrared grill. They were both sous vide the same way. Look at all that grease there. That looks like it's going to be a huge pain to clean up. Look at all that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so maybe people are right. Put some foil in there because that's going to be a lot of work to clean up. Push that back in there. Let me get this on the tripod. We're going to do a side-by-side taste test. So that one's going to have to rest. This one, let's give it a try. All right, let's get you on the tripod. All right, let's give these bad boys a try. So I'm going to rotate this and let's see. There is, again, there's bone in here. Okay, hopefully it cooked okay. That's what it looks like. Looks good. Okay, let's give this one a try. I didn't let this rest this long. I don't know if that's gonna affect it. There you go. That's what that looks like. Let's try this again. This has more charcoal flavoring from the fat burning. This one doesn't have that. But it is a really good steak. Wow. The nice thing with this grill, with the propane one, it's very easy to do. Hey, no. With the propane one, it's very quick, very easy to set up. The charcoal one, it takes a little while. You gotta start and light the charcoal. But I'm gonna tell you, the charcoal one is gonna be a lot easier to clean. This thing, the propane one, it has all the oil everywhere. No. No. But yeah, they're both very good. The other thing is charcoal. It takes a while. You either have to put a bunch of water in it to put it out, or let it burn up and then throw all the ash away. So this is actually very nice. For ribeyes, this actually turns out really well because the fat burned smoke doesn't end up in the meat. So in this, the fat burned smoke ends up on the meat, and if you get too much of that, if you get a little, it's good. If you get too much, it can make the meat a little bit bitter. In terms of New York strip, I think I like the charcoal way better, but this is very nice. All right, so that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye. Oh, there's one thing I forgot to check. The temperature. Problem is 1500 degrees overloads this thing. I think it overloads that it can't even go to 1000 because it only has enough space for 999. So yep, overloaded. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next one. Why is it showing 500 degrees? Is it because it's reflecting from that? Interesting. Is it seeing like a reflection? That's not 1000 degrees. What? Okay, look at the floor. 70 degrees. Outside of this, 200. The top of it. I don't know how accurate that is. Let me see. Actually, the top isn't that hot, but right here out the front, like all the heat is like rising up out. It's really hot right there. The front, you can see, I can get my hand like right here. It's not too bad. Okay, down here, there's no way that's 500 Fahrenheit. Like, you can see the oil, the cats were actually licking up that gunk. Again, it would be good to kind of, I guess, lay out some foil here so it's easier to clean up. But yeah, other than that, you can see there's still some grease dripping down. Okay, let me turn off this. You can see it. Alright, pretty cool. And oh yeah, also the knob has like a lower setting, so let me switch it to low. Ooh, ooh. Don't reach over the front of the thing. If you reach over the front, like I did here, ooh, lots of heat coming right out the front at the top here. This spot is really, really warm. It's nice and toasty. Anyways, I lowered the thing. I mean, it's still gonna be overloading this, I'm sure. Actually, is it not? Yeah, it still overloads it. So yeah, right over the front, it's super hot because the heat comes out and then rises up. But like, if you're just going like right here, not too bad. All right, so yeah, going over here, I mean, it is warm, but it's not crazy. What about the sides here? You got the sides. Okay, outside, the little vent holes. The one thing I wish this had was some handles to be able to maneuver it, carry it around when it's done, when you're done using it. I don't know how long this thing will take to cool down if you want to transport it and move it somewhere once you're done cooking. but as you can see, the outside, it's not crazy hot. Like I can touch that and not burn my hand. I wouldn't leave my hand there because it is pretty warm, but it's hot enough that, I mean, a pan that I'm like grabbing from the oven is way hotter, so no big deal. Again, all the heat is kind of like rising out of this. You can actually see it. You see that? Look, you can see on the thermal camera the heat rising up here. Look at that. Pretty cool. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Let me actually see how long it takes to cool down. Actually, now there's actual smoke coming out from it burning the stuff. Let's turn that off. Okay, I don't know how long it will take to cool down, but oops. One thing I would do, I know it said to wait 5 minutes, but I'm gonna turn that back on. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this off first. Okay, turn that off first, so that way any remaining gas in this pipe will kind of burn off, and now it's all smoking. Okay, we'll turn that off. Let's see, did I burn up this tray? You can see all the oil, the fat on this tray is burnt now. I'm gonna have to see if I can clean that off. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Pretty simple, straightforward. We'll see. I don't know how difficult it'll be to clean. This is mostly just fat, so as long as you use warm water and soap and a sponge, you'll probably be fine. But in terms of this tray where the stuff is charred on, I don't know if that's going to come out. It said if you're going to clean it, use steel wool if it doesn't come out. You can also soak it in water to help. And yeah, so we'll try doing that. Again, the front is probably the hottest, so you don't want to touch that. You'll burn yourself. Alright, let it cool down. I'd say kind of wait till you can put your hand there and see if it's not hot at all. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm sure it cools down much faster than it takes for that charcoal to completely burn out, so probably easier to clean up and everything and put away. Actually, I mean, not clean up. Charcoal, that charcoal, the only thing I need to do is dump out the ash once it's completely cooled. This looks like I have a lot of scrubbing to do, but we'll see. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next one. Bye. Oh, one other thing I didn't mention. Because you need propane, I'm not sure, depending where you live. I bought that from Home Depot. I think it was $22 plus tax. So it was like 24 or something. Alright, compared to, I was looking at a gas station at first, and it was 32 bucks. I don't know, I don't think that's including tax either. And that's only if you're exchanging an old tank. So from Home Depot, I had an old tank that I had sitting out. I exchanged that, and then they gave me this one with the gas in it, the propane in it. Alright, the gas station, 32 bucks even with the exchange. So go to a Home Depot. The only thing is I had to wait longer because they have to send someone to the back to go grab it and bring it out and swap your tank. But yeah, if you're in a hurry, I guess gas station's probably the quickest. Anyways, that's it. See you guys later. I know I keep saying that's it, but hopefully that's really actually it. Alright, bye. Alright, so here it is after a bunch of scrubbing with steel wool. It did take a lot of scrubbing. The nice thing is it held up well. I don't see really much scratching or anything from the steel wool, so it held up well. It did get a little bit slightly discolored, like it's hard to see in the camera, but it's more of like a brownish or yellowish tinge now to it. But most of the stuff did come off, so yeah, keep some steel wool handy. It'll help you clean it, and you want this kind of rough kind. Alright, that's it. See you guys later. Here's a better view of the color difference. Alright, here you can see this is all silver. This has some brownish orangey yellow, brownish yellow color. And the bottom also gets brown as well, if you're wondering. Silver, and this is like a yellowish brown. Alright, see you guys later. Alright, one last time. So, here's after cleanup. You can see inside here, I wiped it all down. There was a bunch of grease up here in the front here. And some grease there I couldn't clean over there. And then that I didn't take out. I didn't bother because that's not really a cooking surface. It's whatever. It's probably all just going to burn. Here's the grease collecting tray. There was a whole bunch of grease in here. Maybe to get less grease, actually I would still push it all the way back because you don't want grease back there. That's going to be way harder to clean. When it dripped up here, it wasn't too bad. All right, the drip tray, or sorry, the front heat protector thing is here. Cleaned off relatively easily. And this is like very solid metal. This is more like thin aluminum. I don't know, this is maybe some steel. Maybe it's the same material as these trays. And yeah, so I guess we'll just put this back in. Did I scratch that, or is that water? I think that's water. Okay. Anyways, we'll get this back in. And yeah. As for carrying it, oh, I forgot the little heat shield thing. Let me go grab that. This thing got some like grease that's kind of, I couldn't get that out. I don't know. Maybe if I scrub it better, I don't know. But it's whatever. This thing just prevents the heat from going straight down. I don't know if there's an easy way to kind of just, does this fit? This doesn't even fit in there. Does it fit this way? I don't know. For transport, they need a better way, because I don't know. Maybe I'll just transport it this way, because there's no other way to put that in. I guess technically you can take these side things down, collapse them all, and then just put them all in there. Let me try that real quick. Okay, I think because these are like a heavier steel, if I put these here, it'll probably scratch it all up. So I'm probably just going to leave it assembled, and then, yeah. Alright, that's pretty much it. Transporting. I don't know what this hook is for, but I hooked this on there to keep the hose from like going all over the place, and that's it, about it. All right, see you guys later. I don't know if this stuff will come off, but yeah, I mean, over time it's just gonna keep getting burned, so I'm just gonna leave it. All right, see you guys later. Okay, last time, I promise. So this is what I did. I put the bottom one, so this one was the one I cooked on, that's all like discolored, so I put it slightly lower on this side. This part has a thicker, and like this one is taller and this one's shorter. So I put it so the shorter one is here, the taller one's there, and this one is completely flat. So that way it's like slanted, so the opening is more like this, and then this thing fits in there kind of nicely. And since these two are much harder metals, I'm not as worried about them getting scratched up. And also it's going to get cooked on and scratched from like trying to clean it off. So that should hold up and be better for transportation. Maybe for safety, put it all the way on the bottom one instead of all the way up here. That way this stuff, if you tip it, it's all, you can kind of grab everything at the bottom. So let me do that, and then I'll be back one more time. Okay, so here you can see this one is one slot up, this one's one higher, and then this one is all the way, oops, and then the bottom one is all the way at the bottom on this side. That way this thicker part can fit where this slot is, and then this is one higher. And that's how I'll transport it. I think that works best. You can also, if you want, depending if you want it on the left side or the right side, then you can rotate this, but the bigger one has to be where the gap is. Alright, that's it. I know this was a really long video, but hopefully it helped you guys see everything, how this thing works and all of that. And I did try on the lower setting. It does run a little bit cooler, but it still runs pretty hot. So yeah, that's it. See you guys later. Give this a try. It does sear the steaks really well. You can also use it for cooking. You just got to put it lower down. I kind of wish they had a model where you can kind of keep more of the heat in by having some kind of thing here that pushes the heat or keeps the heat more in. But maybe that will be a little bit tricky, because if you smother this and cover too much air, then it won't burn properly. So yeah. But yeah, if you want lower temperatures, you can cook stuff down here. I didn't see anything about like a recipe book or anything, so it's more like you have to kind of figure out how this will work and how you can cook with other temperature things. Alright, that's it. See you guys later. Bye. Okay, last thing. That's how the pizza stone brick thing fits in there. So it fits in that groove of this whole thing. So it does have a little side room to play, but it fits perfectly within this where it dips down. Alright, now that's it. See you guys. Oh yeah, and don't forget this. I'll just shove that in there. Alright, bye.